If you've got a trip to Aulani planned, you're not going to want to miss these pro tips. Aloha, I'm Christina, and I want your family to have the most magical vacation, whether it's at Disney World or, as we're talking about in this video, Aulani, a Disney resort and spa located on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. And you're watching part 7, yes, 7 of my series, A Week in Hawaii at Home, where we not only talk about all you need to know about planning your trip to Aulani, but we also talk about fun Hawaiian things that you can do with your ohana at home to celebrate the culture and fun of Hawaii. And today's family activity is actually going to go see the live action Lilo and Stitch. But if you're watching this and Lilo and Stitch has already come out, that's okay. Plan B is to put on some Hawaiian music and do a freeze dance activity, just like they do in Bluey, except Hawaiian style. Now let's jump into my best tips when you're visiting Aulani. And I've been there 5 times, and let me tell you, it has gone through a lot of changes. We started going there when it was only 1 year old, and it wasn't even completely finished yet. So since then, and since COVID, a lot of changes have happened. So let's just jump into my pro tips. Now these are in no particular order, so just follow along. Okay, tip number 1 is the hidden jacuzzi. Okay, it's not really hidden, but it seems to be less popular because it's out of the way. So here's a map right here, and as you can see, the other 2 jacuzzis, one is at the grotto pool and the other is right next to the family pool, but there's also a jacuzzi next to the lazy river. That's going to be your less popular one because a lot of people miss it while walking by. So if you're looking for a jacuzzi, that's a great one to use. You don't get a very good view of the sunset though. Another tip has to do with the pool area, and that is seating. So there's a lot of seating, but during popular seasons, they fill up quick. There are people scouting out their lounge seats in the early mornings, and it can get crazy, like cutthroat. Like one time this woman made me cry while I was very pregnant, and it was not good. So to secure some seats around the pool area, I recommend getting them in the early morning or late afternoon. I don't mean just leaving your stuff there. I mean actually using the seats. Otherwise, your stuff could get taken by cast members and you don't want that. It's a rat race to get those seats. I don't know why that's such a big thing, but it is. It's like toilet paper during COVID. I don't know why. Maybe it's calmed down since 2023. I don't know. But that was our experience. Another pro tip is the refillable mugs. Like we got this our very first trip there, and they still have this design too. I think it's slightly different colors, but it's still beautiful. They have other designs as well, which is cool. I like the variety. But yeah, you can refill these throughout your entire trip at the Ulu Cafe. Highly recommend that. You can get all unlimited soda, teas, coffees, whatever you need. So these are a very good investment because especially if you're spending a lot of time at the resort, which you probably are since there's no theme parks to go into. Another pro tip is that when you have booked your trip to Aulani, look at the daily activities in the app and keep looking on select days and start making a list of things that you would want to do so that 45 days out, you can start booking those activities that require reservations. And that way you can also see what kind of things that you would want to do at the resort and what days they typically are. It usually repeats a lot, so that's great for when your trip comes. And while you're at the resort, check the app every day for characters so that you don't miss your favorite character, because not every character is doing meet and greets every day. So if you must see Moana, why wouldn't you? It's Moana. Then definitely keep checking the app every single day to see when she's going to be out. But you won't know until morning day of. So that makes it a little harder to plan, but that's how it's set up. And speaking of characters, at Aulani, at the store there, they do have the autograph books that they typically have at Disneyland, Disney World, and all that, except, they're Aulani style, so that's a fun souvenir. Or what I've seen people do is they purchase a really inexpensive mini surfboard at the Island Country Market across the street and a Sharpie, and that's what they use to get character autographs. And so when the trip is over, it makes a great souvenir that they can hang up on their wall and remember what characters they met and got signatures from. So And I guess you could do that with other things besides a surfboard, but that was one idea that I saw, so great tip. Also, when meeting characters, the lines might look long, but they move pretty quick. So don't be scared by those long lines. Here's another fun tip. If you have an island garden view in the Iwa Tower, then you might get a fantastic view of the luau and be able to see it for free. Well, sort of, not really free because you are paying for the room, but your room could look out on the lawn where the luau takes place. And that's really cool because you also get kind of an ocean view because you can kind of see the ocean in the distance too. So you get the free show as long as no trees are blocking your view. You can at least hear the music. And then you get a view of the ocean. Not the sunset portion, that's on the other side of the tower. So sit on your balcony, relax, enjoy the ambience of the luau on select nights. And let's say you've done everything at Aulani and you want to go exploring and see what else Oahu has to offer. Well, my advice is to ask the locals because they will know the best places to visit, the best food locations. So ask locals what they would recommend. And by the way, if you didn't rent a car for the whole time because you don't want to pay for $40 a night parking, that's okay because Aulani actually has a car rental service right there on property. So if you do want to venture out to the rest of the island on a specific day, you can rent a car right there at the resort. Or take an Uber, I guess, your choice. And they have car seats as well. The rentals, not the Ubers. And here's a good tip to save money, especially if you have a 1 or 2 bedroom or even 3 bedroom villa, is to purchase groceries right across the street at the Island Country Market. They have a small selection of groceries that you can pick up and you can cook in your room, and that's fantastic. Or you can do grocery order service and have your groceries delivered to the bell service at Aulani. People do it all the time, just like at Disney World. And the kitchens are fully stocked with all you need, including a rice cooker if you want to make some rice or stir fry or whatever you want. What we've done before is purchase fresh poke, just the fish part, at a local store. And then we made rice in our room. So made a nice little poke bowl right there in our room. So good. Another pro tip is that Disney gift cards can be used at Aulani, which is awesome. So use that Target Circle card, get 5% off when you purchase gift cards at Target, and you can spend that at Aulani. And a good way to save money on your souvenirs as well, or stay in budget on your souvenirs anyways, is to buy a gift card with a specific amount for each person in your family and write their name on the gift card so that is their souvenir budget for the whole trip. And just to warn you, Aulani souvenirs are pricey. So just know that going in. You can always change your mind on the budget when you get there, when you learn what things cost. But there are also some inexpensive souvenirs as well. Speaking of, the best way to get inexpensive Hawaiian souvenirs, not Aulani, but Hawaiian, would be the Honolulu Swap Meet, located at the Aloha Stadium, which is in Honolulu, not that far from Pearl Harbor. And this is like a mall of vendors all around the stadium selling various Hawaiian products and souvenirs and handmade things and imported things. So there's plenty of options. Some of them will start to look the same after a while, especially ones that sell Hawaiian dresses and Hawaiian wraps as well. But they're good prices and you might be able to negotiate a better deal. Or if you can't drive out there, then you can always walk across the street and purchase a little bit less expensive Hawaiian souvenirs at the market there. At least it'll be a little cheaper and different than Aulani. Also in that same shopping and dining area are other stores that you can purchase other souvenirs that are about the same price, if not more expensive than what you will actually find at Aulani. But you have options anyway. Now get a pencil out and write these booking windows down that I'm about to share with you. So to book your restaurants, your dining experiences at Ama Ama or Makahiki, you're going to want to book those 30 days in advance from check-in at midnight Hawaiian time. Now that's very important because they do disappear quickly, especially character dining and especially Ama Ama dinner reservations. It's around sunset, like that is very popular. So again, book those restaurants 30 days in advance of check-in at midnight Hawaiian time. Remember, Hawaii doesn't do daylight savings. So hope that helps. For activities, 45 days in advance at midnight Hawaiian time. And I'm just talking about the activities at the resort that require reservations, including Auntie's Beach House, ukulele lessons, hula lessons, fitness classes, and more premium experiences at Auntie's Beach House, Painted Sky, which is like the Hawaiian style version of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, Rainbow Reef snorkeling. No, that's the day of, never mind. Creating your own Mickey ears, painting classes, and so much more. If you check out part 3 of this series where I go over all of the activities that you can do at the resort. Check the app for more activities that you would want to do. This is not nearly an exhaustive list. Aulani is busy. There's a lot to do. So keep checking the app for the daily activities. Okay, so restaurants, 30 days in advance from check-in. Activities, 45 days in advance from check-in. At midnight, both at midnight Hawaiian time. And then if you want to attend the luau, that is at 180 days in advance at midnight Hawaiian time. But don't let that 180 days scare you, especially if it's within that window. Call Aulani and find out what is available during your stay, no matter how many days in advance, if that's something you really, really want to do. And my final tip, which is something that I'm really talking to myself about, is to don't overbook your Hawaiian vacation. I know Hawaii has many places to visit besides Aulani, and Aulani has many things to do. But you're also in Hawaii, and you're also on vacation, and this is a tropical paradise that you are there to relax and rest and enjoy your time making memories with your kids. You can still make memories, of course, by doing a bunch of activities, but also take time for some R&R, some rest and relaxation with your kids. Take a nap in your room, take a nap by the pool, on the beach. Lots of places to take naps. Enjoy the sunset as often as you can and rest. You're on Hawaiian time. No pressure to go here, unlike at Disney World. Now, I said in my last video that we will actually be going to Aulani later next year. And so I'll be doing other videos when I'm planning for that to invite you into my planning process. And I'll be taking you along with me as we show you the room, the resort, all the activities, so much more detail than this series gave you. This series is just kind of an overview of all the things that we've experienced. But trust me, there's more, and it's always changing. So I'm excited to take you on that ride later in 2026. But thank you for joining me on this fantastic Week in Hawaii at Home series. I hope it was helpful for you when you're thinking about staying at Aulani or planning your Aulani trip. If you have any questions at all, please comment below. I would love to help answer them. Again, it changes a lot, so I'll answer them the best I can. And next week, we're going to return to Disney World in Florida to do more of Disney World planning videos. All right, so hit that subscribe button. Mahalo for watching, and aloha! Aloha! Is that cheesy? I don't know.